What if I told you that Suzuki, the same company that makes premium adventure bikes like the V-Strom 650 and 1050, decided to make a cheaper version, specifically for India? But here's the real question. Did Suzuki suddenly become generous, or is there a smart business strategy behind this move? Because when you look closely, this motorcycle isn't just about price. It's about dominating one of the biggest motorcycle markets in the world. And once you understand the strategy, it's actually brilliant. So today we're going to break down why Suzuki created a cheaper V-Strom, why India was chosen, and why this bike might secretly be the most important motorcycle Suzuki has launched in years. Let's get into it. Adventure motorcycles are exploding in popularity. Riders today don't just want speed, they want freedom, touring capability, and bikes that can handle highways, mountains, and rough roads. Brands like KTM, Royal Enfield, and BMW are already fighting hard in this segment. So Suzuki had a problem. Their V-Strom lineup was amazing, but far too expensive for most riders in developing markets. And that's exactly where the idea of a budget V-Strom was born. First, we need to understand one thing. India is the largest two-wheeler market in the world. Every year, millions of motorcycles are sold there. But the majority of riders cannot afford premium adventure bikes costing over 10 lakh rupees. Most people buy motorcycles between 1.5 to 3 lakh rupees. So Suzuki realized something important. If they wanted to grow globally, they needed a V-Strom that normal riders could actually afford. And that's exactly what the V-Strom SX became. Now here's where Suzuki made a genius move. Instead of building an entirely new engine, they used something they already had. The engine from the Gixxer 250. By reusing an existing platform, Suzuki dramatically reduced research, development, and manufacturing costs. Think about it like this. Developing a completely new motorcycle platform can cost millions of dollars, but modifying an existing one, much cheaper. And that allowed Suzuki to price the V-Strom SX aggressively in India. Now, Suzuki wasn't just building a cheap bike for fun. They were entering a battlefield. The adventure segment in India is dominated by bikes like Royal Enfield Himalayan, KTM Adventure 250, BMW G310 GS. These bikes are hugely popular among young riders who want adventure styling without spending a fortune. Suzuki needed something stylish, capable, and affordable. So the V-Strom SX was designed to look like its bigger brothers, the V-Strom 650 and 1050. Tall windshield, beak-style front design, adventure ergonomics. From a distance, it looks like a serious ADV bike. But here's the controversial part. Many hardcore adventure riders say the V-Strom SX isn't a true V-Strom. Yet, why? Because it's more of a touring bike than a hardcore off-road machine. It has 19-inch front wheel, limited suspension travel, road-biased tires, which means it's better for highways and light trails, not extreme off-road riding. But Suzuki knew exactly what they were doing. Because most adventure bike owners actually ride on roads 90% of the time. So instead of building a hardcore off-roader, Suzuki built something practical. Here's another smart move. The V-Strom SX isn't just for India. Suzuki manufactures it in India and exports it to other countries. This drastically reduces production costs. Labor, manufacturing, and parts are cheaper compared to Japan or Europe. That means Suzuki can sell the bike globally at competitive prices. This strategy is already used by many companies. Does it? KTM does it. And now Suzuki is doing the same. But the real strategy might be even bigger. Suzuki is building brand loyalty. Think about a young rider buying his first adventure bike. If that rider starts with a V-Strom SX and loves it, what happens when he wants a bigger bike? He might upgrade to V-Strom 650, V-Strom 800, or even the V-Strom 1050. This is called a product ladder, and it's one of the smartest strategies in the motorcycle industry. The success of bikes like the V-Strom SX shows something important. The future of adventure motorcycles might actually be smaller, lighter, and more affordable machines. Not everyone wants a huge 250 adventure bike. Many riders just want something simple, comfortable, and capable of weekend trips. And that's exactly where bikes like the V-Strom SX fit perfectly. So why did Suzuki make a cheaper V-Strom in India? Because it solves three big problems. It makes adventure bikes affordable. It allows Suzuki to compete in the world's largest motorcycle market. And it introduces a whole new generation of riders to the V-Strom brand. In other words, the V-Strom SX isn't just a cheap motorcycle. It's Suzuki's strategy to win the adventure market. And honestly, it might just work. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think the V-Strom SX is a real adventure bike? Or just a stylish touring motorcycle?